Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl, Beautiful Bliss Tarot. I'm back again with another one. And hey, I miss y'all. I know I haven't seen y'all in a minute. Y'all know how I get down. I just be chilling, letting the Lord, Most High God, work. And I just do what I do when I do it. So, hey, I just wanted to start this message off by saying thank you to everyone around the world who is doing right, who is doing good, who is choosing to do better in the moments when it presents themselves. I really am proud of y'all. The spiritual realm is proud of y'all. I want to thank all my hidden helpers around the world that are helping me with my situation, both in the physical and in the spirit. I really am grateful, and I hope you guys receive my gratitude. I just wanted to show my face up here, but I'm not going to, I'm going to finish out the reading. But just wanted to say hey, let y'all know it's actually me, because I know I still got haters and people trying to be me and stuff like that. But the Lord is wrapping it all up, and I'm so grateful for everything to be working in the way He wants it to. So, and I'm glad I can be on the receiving end of that. So, Ashe. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. I did pull some cards just to see what the Most High God wanted us to talk about in this moment. So I'm gonna flip the camera over and show y'all. But yeah, so we're just gonna go ahead and get started. And again, this is Beautiful Bliss Tarot. Thank y'all for comment, like, share, and subscribe. Over here, we learn, we love, we laugh, and we just want to apply the things that we learn so that we do better, because when you know better, you do better. And that's all we want from anybody, each and every day, doing what's best, not for just yourself, but everybody else around you, okay? All right, so like I said, I'm going to go ahead and flip this real quick and let y'all see what's what I kind of came out with here with already. So, hold on. Let me see. All right, hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. I was just thinking about something. Shucks. All right, let me just go ahead and get right into it, though. Hold on, let me see. All right. All right, y'all see it. All right. All right. All right, let's get started. So, to start with, and if you guys hear any music in the background, I do not owe any copyrights to the song's plans, okay? And I'm not taking or copying anybody's work. But right now we got ego, cyberbullying, always partying, moves in silence, inside scoop, hustling, fake flexing, happiness hater, and girl fight. Right now, starting off, so we got somebody out there who is actively in their ego, okay? And it's like nothing nobody can tell them. Like they got one ear, like everything you tell them is one ear and out the other. So their ego is getting in the way of their relationships and partnerships around them, okay? And with them sitting here cyberbullying the collective, somebody in the collective or somebody associated to the collective, um, they are suffering from this online bullying that they're doing. But they're trying to distract themselves by always partying and just trying to have a good time, because what they're doing has backfired and they just refuse to admit it. They think that they're moving in silence, but they're really not. And they're coming to realization that somebody around them or in their circle has the inside scoop on what they've really been doing behind the scenes, because on the outside it look like they're just hustling, they get to the bag, but somebody knows that this hustling was illegal things, illegal acts, crazy stuff like strange things for a piece of change, etc., etc. But they know that this person is fake flexing because they really don't have it like that, and they're really just a happiness hater, and that's why they've been coming for you in the collective. Okay, and somebody, this could be this person that we're talking about, or somebody associated with them, collective, that wants to have a girl fight with you. Take it how it resonates. It could be a guy as well that want to have a guy fight with you, but the card does says girl fight. Now, mind you, let me see. We got this person who is in their ego. They, hold on one second, y'all. Alright. I'll just leave y'all like that. Hold on, because I gotta be able to make sure the camera's still recording. Alright, I'm gonna leave y'all right there. So yeah, like I was saying, this person with the ego, whoever they were messing with on the side, they're no longer friends with, they're no longer in a dynamic with. They were having a third party with somebody. It could be the person that you know, collective, that you're associated with, an ex, a family member, from something like that. But they're falling out with this person. And, you know, with all this cyberbullying that they're doing, you know, it's causing them to have nightmares because they're haunted by you, collective. Like, their ego is hurt and damaged, and it's getting in the way of their relationship, you know. And they're really indulging heavily and finding joy in cyberbullying you. And the backfire to that is that they're not having, being able to get any sleep at night. Okay. And it seems like they're trying to, like I said, they're trying to find ways to, you know, distract themselves. So they're always going out partying, trying to find people to recruit, to, you know, pay to be on their side, that don't know what's going on from Adam and Eve, don't know these people from Adam and Eve. Okay. But these people fail to realize that they're not ready. Okay. And the people that they're trying to recruit are not ready for what they got going on, and they're not feeding into it. Okay. If there's readiness in the reverse, they're having a hard time finding people to recruit on their team and blow smoke up their ass. Okay. And that's a part of the spell work backfiring. All right. But with them trying to move in silence, they're trying to move in silence because they're on the move. Okay. So they left their home and they're living off of coins that they may have access to still, or, you know, the last of their funds to try and go on a new adventure. But this part of the journey is right on time because of everything that they were doing in the past is finally catching up to them. Okay. Now, with this inside scoop, somebody, maybe they had a rat or a mole in their camp, or maybe, you know, this person did something behind a friend of their backs, and that's what, you know, caused them to have a falling out, or, you know, for them to not have friendship or this third party any longer. So they could have been messing with some of their friends, circles, peoples, or, you know, it could have been anything. But whatever it may be, somebody in their camp or around them put up the evidence that some higher authority is needed to put the pieces together. Okay. So, and this was all because of the hatred and the misfortune that this person that recruited them caused them. You know, some people, like, you know, they went through the ringer, so now they want their get back, and they snitching, they telling pretty much to whoever has this inside scoop or authority figure, maybe not, but everybody's adding all their information, all their stuff to the pot to come to the bigger picture. But the people that know that this person was hustling or working with this person in collaboration, they feel like they were betrayed because, you know, they were going in a situation blindly, or maybe they did know to a certain extent that, oh yeah, we doing this because so-and-so said that collective did this and third, so I thought I was doing the right thing. But now they realizing that, the hustle was really you playing one over on me to use me to do your dirty work. And now everybody involved getting caught up. And people are learning lessons because it's like, don't be so quick to join the bandwagon. Don't judge a book by its cover. Y'all need to be really asking critically thinking questions of like, how do these people get this information? How do they know this? How do they know that? Like, y'all want proof so bad, but y'all not asking proof for the things that matter. Like, make it make sense. So people are turning on them because they feel like they put them in a situation that was uncalled for based off of their own selfishness and their own ego and them only caring about themselves and being very much obsessed behind the collective, okay? That sounds like a personal problem, but they damn sure made a way to get everybody else involved on a dummy mission, all right? But with this person fake flexing, now everybody knows that they're being fake flexing, and they acting rich and they flossing money that they don't have, and they was just doing stuff because they expected something in return. Like, nobody was doing anything out of the kindness of their heart. They was really trying to one up the next person in the group that they, surround themselves with, right? Now, this person or people, collective, they're lonely, and they know that they're no longer desired or seen as worthy or, as extravagant. They don't have the money they once had to present as extravagant, all right? And this person or people are a happiness hater, okay? And they've been reaching out to trying to see if they can find anybody who can help them do spiritual work. But these people that they're reaching out to try to do spiritual work, they don't care. They're no longer pushing up this narrative of, oh, Attack the Collective has some bullshit as lies. It's been told through the woodworks, Birdie's been chirping, messages been going through the grapevine that this is not the way to go. And that they're not going to put their own life and, etc. on the line for the next person. Okay, no more. They're actually going to start doing more research and figuring out who is coming to them to ask for work, because collective touch not my anointed, period. So everybody involved, everybody that had a hand, guilty by association is going down. But now that these people, really don't even have the money, and now that the truth is out, the truth spreads faster than lies. So, they are not okay. They are not okay. And they're really mad. And they're really getting to a point where, or maybe one or two people, if this is a couple, like say it's your ex collective and their person that they're kicking it with now, it don't even have to be an original person that, you knew them to be with when y'all first initially separated or left each other or whatever, have you parted ways. But this person of yours collective, like an ex, if it was an ex, this could be like the 7th, 8th girl that they done had since the time y'all done split up. Like this is like some other females. So it may not be the one you're thinking it is. It might just be another one that's in the group coming out the woodworks, because like I said, they been recruiting people, trying to go to parties and get people to push up this narrative with them, and they don't even know what the hell going on. But they can't do that no more, because that's a part of the spell work backfiring. It's no more. Like I said, the Most High God is wrapping this thing up, okay? But now they're getting to a point where they want to ask for forgiveness, but I'm guessing like this energy attachment that they may have on them that's really pushing them to keep going is not letting them. So one side of them is like begging for them like to just stop. Like something deep inside them knows like this is not going to end well, but whatever is controlling them, whatever entity is possessing them is like overriding that voice in their gut. And they really, really just want to stop and just like, they know something is coming, but they know what they're trying to do, keep doing, is just adding more fuel to the fire. And instead of them stopping to like let it come up, like catch up to them, because it's on their shoulders, quite frankly, but they keep, moving and grooving and adding more stuff to their karma. So they just stuck in a place right now. But whoever this, maybe it could be a guy, but I was gonna say with girl fight, it's just somebody that this person wants to argue. They want to physically fight you. They're really in deep competition with you, collective, okay? But somebody has evidence that, you know, this person is very much overwhelmed, overloaded, and just suffering from nightmares all day, every day, whenever they can't get to sleep. All right. Now, overall, though, they was doing this because somebody had coached them and gave them advice to do whatever they call themselves doing. Somebody gave them some knowledge of the occult or spell work, and they felt like that was going to be something or a tool they could use to help them get ahead in life, do better. But now they're going through hesitation and they don't know which way to go because they're blind to the fact that there's no getting out of this trap that they set themselves up for. They don't even know how bad the trap is, but they don't even know that, yeah, it's you that's going to fall in the trap. Like, that's why there's something in them is telling them, like, you need to stop. You need to stop. Like, this is going to be bad, even worse than it was just 20 minutes ago. Like, you just stop. Just stand still. But no, they got to keep going. So once they keep going, the last destination is that pit that they dug for you, okay? But these people or this person is bankrupt, and people have photo proof of this bankruptcy. You know, they got past due bills, they got things they got going on that they're ignoring because they're too busy holding a grudge against the collective, because the collective is unfazed and ignoring any and everything that they got going on. Like, nothing they're doing is stopping collective, period, okay? So, yeah, and they know they're being rejected. They know they can't come back, guy or girl. So, you know, they feeling real defeated. But that identity attachment that they have on them is just not accepting no for an answer, okay? They know that you're not into them. They know this deep down, but they refuse to accept that, okay? And they're being blocked from creating even more fake accounts, okay? People are finding out their fake accounts and finding out that it is them behind the scenes, okay? And people are very much so uninterested in whatever they got going on, and they're moving on from their plight. So whatever they spitting and preaching on online, people don't believe it. It's nah. People know that they want you back, period. That's really what the truth is of the matter. Not that collective did anything to anybody. That the person that's doing all of this really wants the collective back. And all that shit talking that they was doing is falling on deaf ears. Like, nobody wants to hear that shit, because, like, when people know it's nothing but a lie, like, even good gossip that you know is a lie, be like, it don't even hit the same, because it's like, I don't want to hear that shit. It'd be different if it held some weight to it, or, you know, if you didn't know this person for real and it was something that was said and, you know, the situation was painted to make it seem like that was something that could be true, but you don't know because you don't know that person for real, you know. But now it's just like, nah, bro, like, you plain ass, dead ass lying. Like, all of these receipts out here, you dead ass, like, just shit talking. Like, I see it now. I woke to the bullshit. Like, I hear it in your voice. You sound real salty, you know, because people are seeing that this person has no facts. They never had the facts. They just make shit up and they lie about every fucking thing. Like, people wasn't seeing that these people was lying about everything when it came to you, collective. But when it started coming out to basic ass shit, other shit that involved them and everything, they really started putting two and two together that, like, damn, this person be lying their ass off with me about regular shit. So all these years they've been sitting here lying about collective and this big dumb wild ass lies. Like, I could see why this person stop messing with them, because they don't know how to tell the truth to save their life. Like, and you make an ass out of everybody because you really sit here fucking with people that's really was trying to just, you know, ride for you, and you done fucked up your blessings. But, you know, now that people is seeing that they ain't got no facts and they not believing nothing they talk about, now these people want to come back to kiss these said people's ass, but forget that in the beginning, when they was partying and shit and they was hanging out and stuff, they was fake flexing, you know. Now they sit here, can't even keep a fake smile on their face because everything is hitting them emotionally, physically, mentally. Like, the people that they recruited is, you know, snitching and gaining up on them. They not believing their lies no more. They not being emotionally manipulated no more to just be the fucking scapegoat and get their hands dirty for the next. They're not doing that no more, right? And people are actively telling this person, like, you know, Collective is too busy winning. You know, they really telling these people about themselves, and it's right on time. Because they think they're moving in silence, but people's really telling about themselves. And they can't even keep up a fake smile because it's really hitting their ego. It's really hitting them at the core, you know. Because they letting them know, like, nah, you a lying ass. Don't try to kiss my ass. You need to try to kiss the Collective ass because you've been doing way too much on them. And, you know, you mad because they winning. You a hater. And I'm about to tell. I'm about to tell everything, because if I'm going to get caught up, I'm going to let them know, like, this, that, and the third. Like, yeah, I was a dumbass, but I'm not going to keep being a dumbass. And I'm not going to let this shit go further, me knowing what I know now, for you to manipulate the shit even further to the authorities and make it seem like I was the one that knew all of this, when I really didn't. When I was the one that was doing that third and third. When we was all, at one point, understanding that Collective was supposed to be the scapegoat, now you going to try to throw any and everybody else under the bus. It's evident that we were all guilty. So before I sit here and take the fall for everything that I don't even know was being done behind my back, and I'm joining the bandwagon to help you out, to go against Collective, I'm going to let everything be known. This is what I had a part to play in, and this is what was told to me. This is who was doing this, that, and the third, yada, yada, yada. I'm letting it be known on everybody's part. So when it come down to it, and you think you want to throw me under the bus, oh, nah. They already know you the mastermind. You the one that was doing this and the third. You the one, you the one, you the one, you the one, you the one. Yeah. And I'm going to get my 2-3 years, and you going to get life. And I can carry my black ass on. Because this is a lesson that I will never not learn again, says somebody out there. Okay? And that's what the energy is giving. But, yeah, it's like, now that this is going on, it's starting drama. Like, and it's a whole bunch of love triangles being revealed, because whoever this person is, guy or girl, Collective, whether it's your ex, like I said, they had a lot of people that they was dealing with, and these peoples was dealing with each other and knowing about each other and in competition with each other and ganged up collectively to go against you, Collective, because they know they can't hold a candle to you, guy or girl. Whole bunch of niggas sit here plotting on you, Divine Masculine. A whole bunch of females sit here plotting on you, Divine Feminine. Ain't none of them in the same room can amount to you, okay? Period. But they had a whole bunch of multiple lovers, different choices, and these different choices, some of them was messing with each other. You know, playing your ex, Collective. While your ex thought they was playing these folks, these people was playing them. Yeah, they know about Tom, Dick, and Harry down the street. And Tom and Dick on the one got them an alliance going on to rob your ex-person, Collective, you know, on the 15th or something. And Dick and Harry, you know, got plans to rob him on Friday. But Tom was the one sitting here leaving the door unlocked for him. Tom was in there in the room kikiing when they was plotting. Tom was making it seem like, oh, yeah, I'm not with that shit, yada, yada, yada. But when the police report come out, whose fingerprints was on the doorknob last? Oh, because they the one that disarmed the alarm and let Dick and Harry come in here. But Tom wanted you to feel like, oh, yeah, you the bee's knees. Yeah, because you make me feel like I'm the top bitch, but I still want to get a piece of that. Like, Collective, your exes and the people that they're dealing with, all of them snakes to each other, so it really don't even matter. Like, if y'all follow what I'm saying, put yourself how it fits, or if y'all understand the scenario I just threw out there. But I was just typing somebody's energy for a second, and it's really giving, like, yeah, like, you know, you got us all competing for your time and attention, and if these goofy bitches want to play, and I'm trying to be the bottom bitch, I'm going to play these bitches too. And I'm going to throw them under the bus because, yeah, that was the original plan. But, you know, like, everybody in for themselves. Everybody got a motive. And it's crazy work. Because they all know that this person wants you back, Collective. Guy or girl, whatever it may be. All right? And they all know that this person ain't shit. Period. Like, they ain't nothing for good for much of nothing for real, but the shallow shit. They can't afford to travel right now. They're restricted. Okay, maybe their passports or something got revoked, or, you know, they're not supposed to be moving across country or nowhere, no how. But their traveling has been revoked. They're restricted. They're limited to how they can get around because of this divination abusing, you know. And they're at the point where they're no longer crying over you, collective. They're angry. They're mad. Okay. They're really mad at their karmic friends because they really felt like they could trust them. But they're finding out that, you know, you got to keep your friends close and your enemies closer. And, you know, they found out that they couldn't really trust these friends that they thought they had. Tension is rising, and there was just a lot of secret competition amongst all of them, which is crazy. But they're past the point of crying over you and being hurt and upset. Now they're mad. You know, mad that they got tricked out of their spot. Mad that they're just now seeing what was really supposed to be seen some years ago, some time ago, for some of y'all. Right? They're seeing that they're not able to cop block you anymore, and that they're having issues with child services right now, you know, and they still got you on the brain, collective. They don't know what to do. They're daydreaming and fantasizing about you, you know. It's like their energy and attention has been directed. Like, they've been, you know, sad and depressed and upset about you all this time, and now they don't even have time to be crying over you, because they're now angry and pissed at these fake-ass friends that are bringing these drama to their doorstep. And they're struggling with this bad reputation that follows them from their past. Okay? And they're sitting here trying to come up on somebody, you know, if they found somebody who they feel like they can give a little chump change to finesse them into marrying them. Somebody who's rich, they probably try to give like their last ball of $1,000 or something, or try to flex and make it seem like they had it all like this, to try to bait somebody who's from a wealthy family with this marrying for money. But they've been rejected, you know. And again, it's because of this spell work that they've been doing that's backfiring, this divination abusing, and this, you know, bad reputation that follows them everywhere. So they're not able to creep and, you know, hunt down on people anymore. Collective, I think you were the last. This whole situation revolving you, collective, I think you was the last one. You was a catalyst for this to not be no more. But this person is carless, okay? And at this point, they did want clout. They did want to be the center of attention, but now they're trying to hide and stay secluded and stay hidden. They're on the run probably, okay? And they don't have time to be an obsessive lover anymore, because they're realizing that that's what got them this far in trouble. The fact that they can't even travel like they want to, and they're trying to escape, is like, damn, like, they can't even be dangerously toxic no more. They can't be, you know, possessive and karmic no more, because they got so much on their plate, dealing with child protective services, people that they thought was in their corner that's snitching on them, telling them everything that they did about their hustle that looked like a hustle on the forefront, but everything that was going on behind the scenes in the background, they snitching and telling on it. They looking it up and researching. You know, the people that they lied to are looking you up and researching you. They're studying you, and they're getting the correct info. You know, they're finding the original receipts. You know, they're finding the original text message. They're finding the OG stuff, not the stuff that they edited and presented it to him. And be like, look, see, this, that, and the third. Look. And these people that are on the run, that have had their traveling restricted, they know that they're wasting time and they're stuck. And they're sitting here with limited things that they can do right now. Okay? They don't know what they want to do. All right? But maybe they thought that they was going to be able to come in towards you, collective, and, you know, bring you some type of money and feel like, oh, yeah, you was going to take them back because they know that you are wealthy, both in the physical and spiritual. And they found out that they was going to be rejected. So don't even bring your ass over there. if they haven't already. But they wasting time. They don't know what to do, where to go, and they're just a spiritual hater. They hate on your light. They hate that you can, move around them, and they still can't come towards you. They're trying to present themselves as a boss daddy, but they're running. And they're trying to pretend like they're not hunted, but they're stuck in their hair, very much so. Because they want to force you to be with them, but they already know everybody gonna have something to say about it. And they already know that they just see you as a jackpot, a way to get out of their circumstances. And they feel like people may come to you next to tell you what's going on, because right now they're telling authorities what's going on. But they know that you're unbothered, and that's why they're in their head, because they feel like somebody gonna come tell you the truth of what's going on before they have a chance to even come in to try to get you to, take them back. All right? They're being exposed as a thief, and you know that they're a thief. Okay? People are looking up, what these people stole, what they did, and, it's being made clear that they were forcing people with blackmail, with scarcity tactic, with bad habits, and stalking them with energy, with spiritual work to do what they wanted them to do. Some of these people, were spiritually manipulated, but it only worked because they were down for that shit. Birds of a feather flock together. If you want to say frequency, it's gonna take to you easier. But Spirit is saying you just need to dust it off, and they ain't nothing going how they want it to go. Period. Point blank. Nothing. Like, they know it's a wrap. They know it's a wrap. Ain't nothing they can say or do about anything. Because they did too much with the people that they were recruiting. Everybody is in trouble. Spirit says nobody is getting left out. If they pass the paperwork through knowing damn well it wasn't you, they going down. If they brought somebody else in here to take over your case when the right person was on the job, and they felt like, oh, this person gonna get the collective justice, let me try to fuck with them, they going down. Everything that they did in an attempt to fuck you over or not give you justice, everybody that had a part to play in that is going down in one way or another. Some people will have to face judgment on the physical, and some people will have to face judgment on the spiritual. And quite frankly, I think the spiritual is a lot more worse, because everything happens on the spiritual first, and then it drops down to the physical. So you could be sick in the spiritual for a good 3 years, and that could translate to you being in poverty in the physical for 3 years with that said sickness. You could have breathing issues for 3 years before it actually tries to clear up, type of thing, amongst any other type of karma that you will be going through, with that still being another thing added to the pot. You know how they be like, damn, if it ain't one thing, it's another. That's how it's going to translate with people that's going through judgment in a spiritual realm. So don't think, sometime from now you're going to be A-okay. Because you're going to have a lot of things going on top of this, that, and the third, on top of this, that, and the third, on top of this, that, and the fucking third. If it ain't one thing, it will be another. So get ready, because don't think you're going, get off scot-free. All right? So let me see what else we got going on here. I was just pulling up all the cards, clearing up the table. But it's a lot going on here, y'all. It's a lot going on. And they are very much, in their feelings, trying to figure out what's going on, what should I do, whatever, right? All right. What else, Spirit? What else? Tell me more. They are running out of ideas or things to do to help them get to their goal, because justice is now upon them. It's upon everybody. Justice is here to be served. Period. Point blank. Period. Point blank. Okay. So, trying to make sure they was all at least upright. But yeah, they don't know what to do, where to go, where to turn, and it's okay. It's okay, because it's reached that time and point. Like, it was always gonna come to this point. All right. But yeah. So they don't have any more alliances. They're at a complete loss, and they're going through this natural disaster by themselves. Okay, they took this risk, and they refused to stop when Spirit and everybody else around them was giving them the warning signs. They didn't think that they was going to end up homeless, but they are losing everything, because their goal was to have everything, but now they're losing everything. Okay, and somebody told them that justice was going to come if they wasn't able to do what they wanted to do. Okay, whether it was a practitioner, somebody from their family, whatever. But they don't have anybody to trust in their corner, and these same people that they don't trust anymore now is the ones that's causing this natural disaster. They're the ones that's putting these people in danger, or they feel like, put them in danger. So now they're going to retaliate and, get them in trouble. And these people are daydreaming about the loss that they took. They're trying to remain optimistic, but they know they're in their own illusion, because right now their energy attachment that they have on them ain't really offering them much, security or condolences through this time right now. Okay, they may be having a sickness flare up while they're stuck inside or trying to stay hidden. They're going through withdrawals, they're having nightmares, and daydreaming about, how it all started, how all they wanted was victory, success, and achievement. And now it's causing them to be hesitant because they know people have evidence about them. This whole time they was blind about people having evidence about them, and they was pretending that everything was okay on the forefront, but doing spell work behind the scenes, trying to strategize against you, collective. And now it's causing them fright, because God said, touch not my anointed, and I put them through trials and tribulations to strengthen them. But now that they have, come out better, I'm going to give them better, So y'all was trying to make, my collective not do what I asked them to. Y'all trying to make their job hard and this and the third. Well, that's fine. It's all a part of my divine plan, says the Most High. Because he works in mysterious ways. And he going to use your enemies as a footstool. Because he said you will trample the lion and the serpent. Okay? But, yeah, these people, they see that, collective, you compromise with the Most High and you get your blessings. And while they were sitting here actively bullying you and picking on you, thinking that you was weird, or that, the spell work that they was doing behind the scene was going to affect your fate and what you're destined for, now they stressing. Now they trying their best to hold on to their mask, because their pride won't let them, accept the fact that they're defeated. Like, the energy attachment ain't really fucking with them like it was doing at first when they was egging them on. It's just sitting there looking and shit. First you had so much to say when you was egging me on. Now that I'm stuck like Chuck, for real, you ain't saying much of nothing. Like, no words of encouragement, no keep going, no this, that, and the third. Nah, because, you fell in a trap now. Like, it's no more encouragement. Like, this chapter is done. It's over with. Backfired. Like, this ceremony, this magic that you did, it now has you completely binded, So, there is no preservation for you. There is no, perseverance. But the collective made it through this challenge. They found the resolution, and now they're gaining the internal love and consistency and a soulmate of, their true partner, and from the universe, because the universe vowed to them that, we see what happened and we're going to right this wrong. Okay, we're going to bless you with a gift and end this cycle, and we're going to put these people away, and we're going to make sure that you can get back to an original space which you came, peace of mind. Okay, and these people that are running, they're having conflict with each other while you're relaxing. They're thinking back about all these times that they promised to do right by you, that they could have married you. They could have had this luck and this self-love and got great news and everything. They could have just had a brilliant life with you, collective, guy or girl, divine feminine, divine masculine. But instead, they wanted to be on some bullshit. And now, all these many months and years later that the shit is hitting the fan, now all of a sudden they want to be apologetic and want to start over to have their family back if you have kids with this person, or come back to you to trick you into creating a family with them, all to hide the fact that they were stealing from you and to shield them for having to learn the lesson. Okay, but you know, they felt like they had a great idea that you was just gonna come in and be so kind and caring like you was before, to help them and keep them calm through a, you know, unpleasant situation. They felt like you was gonna, you know, open up to them with open arms and be like, oh yeah, you can come home. But they seeing that, no, that time has passed. There is no going back, and they're just gonna be lonely, you know. And while you're out here being desired by everybody else, they don't want to hear that, because they know that you're, you know, you're full of talent and you could take anything and make it into something. You know, you really don't need whoever these people are, Collective, to be great. And they know that you're not in no trap that they set for you, that they realize now that they're the ones in the trap, all because they wanted to sit here and play you and be all friendly and fake and phony with people that they call friends behind your back, or, you know, in front of your face. You know, they was too ready to be fucking and sucking on these people that were around you and playing you. They was sleeping good at night. They was taking money and spending money and saving money, and they was doing what they want to do on their timing. They may have stolen home from you, collaborated with people that they now realize was really controlling them to do their dirty work, to go on this new adventure, that now they don't want to help them at all when they're at their time of lowest and feeling overwhelmed. They feel some type of way. They was like, damn, maybe they're thinking back about how they shoulda, coulda, woulda. Like, that was never an option though from get-go. But it's not an option until, you know, the shit finally hit the fan. There is no going back, okay? There's no going back. There's a death being put to the situation, and that's it, that's all. So while they're on the run with, you know, Miss Thing or whatever, they're trying to remain calm, but they're wearing a mask as best they can, because they already know what time it is. They already know what time it is. When the entity attachment left your ass high and dry, you know, ain't even telling you keep going no more, because there's no more left to keep going. Like, you've definitely landed in a pit you wanted for the next person, okay? And that's justice. All right? So it is what it is. It is what it is, right? But yeah, they see what time it is now. Like, there is no going back. Like, they just gonna have to face the facts, face the music. Okay, so once they get caught up, it's a wrap. But they thinking about all this shoulda, coulda, woulda. Okay, and they're going through this natural disaster. They're going through the frustrations of taking this risk that caused them such an amazing loss, caused them to be such a sorrow, and they really trying to search their mind for an idea, or, you know, for anything, like, but all they keep facing in their mind is this hate and this, you know, misfortune that they're going through, how they are actively in the trap that they set for you. That's all that they can think about. And this is justice. Okay, justice keep popping up on the bottom of the deck. This is justice. Everything that's happening is justice. Period, point blank. It's right on time. Why? Because they thought that they was going to sit here and keep robbing from you, and wasn't nobody going to find out. Wasn't nobody going to know. Who? A sweetheart. Somebody who takes care of themselves. But Spirit is saying you're going to get good news. Okay? A miracle is happening. A surprise is coming your way. You know, everything that they stole is coming back to you tenfold. All right? And they're no longer able to sit here and indulge and have joy and happiness with people. There is no more happiness, because they so busy going through all this, that, and the third, you know, trying to find people that's going to help them, but ain't nobody helping them with nothing. They don't want no smoke, because everybody thought it was a game when they was coming against you, Collective, but they see that that's no longer more. 44:22 on the clock when I said that. Okay? And these people are actively thinking about the losses that they can take in the future. Not even the ones that they're gonna take or are taking right now. But if they are able to recover, if I help this person now, like, I can definitely kiss my recovery goodbye. Period. 444 now 4445 on the clock. Like, they not going, okay? But yeah, they can't indulge no more, and they're daydreaming about the loss that they took. They're thinking about how they're no longer gonna have love on this earth. They're thinking about how, you know, they sacrificed the love that you gave them, and that they're no longer gonna find anybody else for as long as they live in this lifetime like you. And they don't want to hear that. But that's all that the spell work backfiring is doing, playing all of this turmoil and disappointment on repeat in their mind. Okay? They're thinking about how they lost all of this money, how they wasn't even able to, invest in it the right way. They didn't do nothing with all of this money that went through their hands. Okay? And now they're thinking about how they're not going to be forgiven for robbing you. You know, they're trying to pray and get back to the origin, but they feel like they're being talking to deaf ears. Okay? Like, the Most High God turned his back on them, because it's like, when I gave you the chance to come to me, 1,001 chance, 1,001 chance, 1,001 chance more, you spat in my face every one of those chances. So I'm not going to keep giving you one more chance. Because finally, when I actually start to whoop your ass, that's when you really have some type of true sentiment. That's when you really are truly apologetic. So if that's what I need to do to finally get that shit through your head, that this is not what the fuck we're doing anymore, then I'm gonna do that. Like, I was trying to help you save yourself, because I know I hit hard. One punch, I'll knock the wind out your chest. So you already know how I'm coming. So you said you wanted me to do that. I got you. Now you can sit the fuck down and think about what you did. Don't ask me for forgiveness, because I gave you time and time and time and time and time again to, 1, forgive yourself, 2, forgive the next, and 3, to do better. But you didn't want to do none of that at any given point. I did not see you trying, not once, says the Most High God. And this is why you get no more 1,001 chances. Because you could get another 1,001 chances if I seen that you were trying. But you wasn't. So you ran out of chances. Like, it's a wrap. I don't know what to tell you. And Spirit is saying that, you know, you're not scared, Collective. Like, you vowed, you wished, you hoped, and you showed your worship, and you persevered through these struggles that these people were putting you through. I'm just sitting here talking, but Spirit is confirming. But you persevered, and you kept it pushing. And this person is thinking back about how strong you were with everything that they put you through. Okay? They also sit here thinking about how not only will they not have nobody to really truly love them, but they won't even have a home no more. Like, they stole your home, Collective, and they didn't have to pay on anything, but now or maybe they were just paying property taxes on it, I don't know, but now they got to start over, period. They're going to have to start over, baby, if they ever are able to even put a home in their name, because this stuff gonna follow them for the rest of their days. Like, when I tell you, karma's not playing. But these people, they see that they don't have a home, and they're trying to compromise with each other. So this could be your ex, Collective, and whoever they're dealing with at the moment. They're trying to compromise with each other in some sort of way, because they're homeless. They don't have a home, and they're really lonely with each other, and they're stressed out with each other. And now they're living and learning that, finally, that this wasn't the way to go. They're very much overwhelmed, okay? And it just sucks. And yeah, they know that there's no getting out of this danger, this caution, this injury that is coming their way. This is the goal, because this is what they was told was going to happen if any of the spell work or whatever backfired or it didn't work. They were bullied. They're actively being bullied. Okay? And again, what I keep telling you, showing up on the bottom. They're actively being bullied. Okay? People are telling them, like, man, I don't want to hear shit you talking about, because the same people you was collaborating with done threw your ass under the bus. They done told every little thing. Don't think they didn't leave nothing out. Yeah, these people you was collaborating with to have this fake marriage, they are not your friends. Okay, whoever you had to witness this marriage or sign on a dotted line for you, justice to the peace or whatever, they're not your friends. And when they found out, they said that they was going to find a perfect way to put a stop to this. Okay? Because they were listening to the signs and synchronicities. And they said, before I get dragged down any further than this, I'm going to let it be known that, no, that's not this person. And somebody is angry about it. Somebody found out what the strategy was. Okay? Against this person in the collective. Okay? Somebody read them during interrogation and convinced them to go ahead and open up to tell them what the gift was. And the gift was that, you know, the plot and the plan on you. So, you know, this person is now having conflict, or this person was shedding light on the conflict of interest that they had on the evidence given. He shed a light on it. And this person is going through withdrawals and coming into a better way of life. Okay. This person is now coming into alliance with the Most High. You know, they're coming back home with this family, and they have a desire to get back in the alignment with the Most High. And this is right on time. Okay. This is something that was predicted by a practitioner or somebody of higher authority. You know, somebody or some events was hinting to that this was going to happen, and it was coming. It was a promise made to protest against this lucky streak that was coming for the collective. But people are seeing that they can't do it. And these people that are working for the Most High, for the collective, they're not overwhelmed. They're ready, okay? They don't have any energy attachments on them, and they're going to triumph in winning whatever needs to be won for the collective, on the collective's behalf, because y'all doing way too much. And Spirit said, nah, touch not his anointed, period. Okay? So whoever is being a whistleblower, or whoever it is that is talking to police and whatnot, Spirit says, keep going. You know, I told y'all in the beginning, well, I don't know if I did say it or not, but the people around the world that are doing the right thing in these specific times and situations where it really counts and it really matters, y'all are getting some kudos now. Okay, y'all getting some brownie points. Don't take that the wrong way, because, you know, whatever the Most High God has in store for you, he has in store for you. But that doesn't mean that you're going to get it as worse off as the next people that just refuse to repent, that just refuse to acknowledge where they went wrong, to just refuse to swallow their pride and ego and surrender to the right thing, that refuse to put themselves in the next person's shoes to say, hey, how would I feel if I was in this situation, you know? But, yeah, whoever these people are, they feeling abandoned or exiled from family, and they're wearing a mask, trying to pretend like they're not lonely. They're lonely in a room with each other. They're lonely from their family that's not fucking with them, you know, because they could have been sacrificing some of these family members to, with the spell work, to get what they wanted. You know, people are finding out stuff that's going on behind the scenes that they didn't want them to know about, okay? So, these people are trying to pretend like they're not lonely, but it's evident on how they're acting, or people are coming across, that they're not okay for real, and that they need to pray. They need to go back to the Most High. They need to, you know, realign themselves, okay, while they're going through this trial and tribulation. Like, the people that they're coming across or interacting with can tell that, like, oh, they're going through something. They need to just call on the Most High God, okay? But they are really apologetic right now because they know that good news is coming. And it's good news that's shedding light on what was stolen, what was taken, okay? And what the goal of these people were. And that the goal was to make you homeless, or to not allow you to have any damn thing, okay? But you made it out of the storm, you know, you made it out on the other side stronger. You're actually going to get everything that, you know, is supposed to be for you and is meant to you, that your ancestor just gave you because they love you and they want you to have and be great and break the generational curses of this bloodline. Okay? And again, it's justice, and it has these people so stressed because these same coaches and practitioners that they went to that told them to do this in the first place, now they're sitting on their ego and pride, and they don't want to do anything to mess up with divine timing, because the energy attachments or the spirits that they told, that they you know, referenced or asked about, they let it be known that, you know, collective is going to triumph, and they're ready to, you know, move forward in life. And this has these practitioners overwhelmed because they made a promise to whoever this person was that was giving them the collective's money to pay them to do spell work on the collective. You know, they feel some type of way because they really desired that money and everything that came with it, and this and the third. You know, they was getting business, they was doing this, but you know, now they have to protest against these people and these couples to try to save their own ass, because spirit is about ready to cut it quits with them and not give them any, you know, gifts and powers and abilities no more. Like, they about to be stripped of everything that they have and stuff like that. So yeah, Spirit said it ain't going. It ain't going. What else, Spirit? Yeah, Spirit says go ahead and relax. Okay, Spirit says go ahead and relax, because victory is here for you. And you know, you already are grateful and appreciative of everything you have, so they're going to give you more. Okay, these people are going to keep suffering loss. They keep going to go through damages and sorrows, and you know, they're going to continuously be left out in the cold and in the rain, because they manifest heartbreak and misfortune for you. That's all they're going to get. And Spirit keeps saying that they both are very, very sick, and that hold on. Oh snap, somebody might pass away from this sickness that they have, whether it's sexual transmitted disease or you know, something else like cancer or pneumonia or something like that. But oh shit, I guess it's a sexually transmitted disease because it's a gift that keeps giving. But it's given that these people are worried, or somebody's worried. Maybe this could be somebody that went to go get plastic surgery. This don't have to be like a sexually transmitted disease, but maybe you could be experiencing what's that word, necrosis or something like that, from a botched BBL surgery or a tummy tuck or liposuction or whatever. It could be even that. It don't have to be anything like HIV, AIDS, herpes, nothing like that. But somebody could possibly be passing away from a really bad sickness or infection, because it's a gift. With this nightmare in reverse, it's given that you ain't gonna wake up from it. So it's given that you've passed or going to pass from this sickness. Because loss, it came out like this, y'all. I want y'all to see it before, so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Loss, sickness, and it was this, right? And as I was talking to y'all, it was saying this and this. So this is giving me that somebody's going to experience a loss from the sickness, because they're not going to be able to wake up. Fuck the nightmares that y'all was having. Somebody ain't going to be having nightmares no more. Don't worry. Why? Because the gift that keeps giving is damn sure has somebody worried, and they know the back of their mind, like, because it was already said that y'all was experiencing loss after loss. It was already said that y'all was having this sickness. It was already said that y'all was having nightmares, but now somebody ain't got to worry about having nightmares no more. Why? Because the gift you keep giving, they know it's getting worse, and it's going to do what it's going to do, is what I'm getting from those cards. So if y'all picking up on something different, take it how it resonates. But yeah, but where was I at? But yeah, Spirit says they're going through withdrawals, and they're trying to think and come up with new ways to get back get back on track, get back on the right side of things, get back on, you know, a good note with the universe, if that makes sense. Like they're trying to figure out what or who they can make an offering or a sacrifice to help them get better, be better. You know, it's given that one of these people in this couple, if there is a couple that we're talking about, one of the people in this group could be your ex collective, but it's given that somebody out of this pair or this group wants to ask for forgiveness from the Most High. They feel like they need to move away from this demonic type shit, and then the other person is like, nah, I want to keep going. I want to keep going. I want to keep going. So take it how it resonates is what it's kind of given, because it's like a mix of both. Like somebody's lower self is trying to, you know, somebody's higher self or is trying to tell them, but it's being drowned out by the noise and stuff. But yeah, somebody's going through withdrawals. They're having to live and learn. Okay. They're having to live and learn and persevere through challenges that they're now facing, just to even receive like a blessing of waking up the next morning. Like blessings are now like the little bit of things are being able to breathe on your own. Blessings are now the little bit of things of having ramen noodles to eat for dinner when you know you haven't had a good meal all week. Like at least it's something type of stuff. So they just gonna have to keep persevering and, you know, come up with some ideas between them two and compromise on how to, you know, live and be. Because this could be talk about spiritual wise for the people that's not gonna be going through it too crazy on the physical. It's like spiritual wise could be talking about as well. Okay, yeah, so these people gonna have to go through withdrawals, and they're gonna live and learn, and they're gonna be forced to keep pushing, keep going forward. Like even when you want to stop or you want to quit, you know, you're gonna have to be forced to move through these challenges and trials and tribulations. You know, you're gonna really be forced to understand, you know, that you really need to be grateful for all your blessings, period. Okay, so would you I was gonna say where was I at? Yeah, so yeah, they're gonna have to compromise with each other and help each other get out of this predicament. You know, let's say if you had some people that wasn't, you know, you had some people involved or whatever, but they really wasn't doing all this extra dumb crazy shit. You know, they still gonna have to deal with, you know, they check being late. You know, for them to be months behind on rent. You know, for somebody to hit and run a brand new vehicle. For somebody to have just gotten a brand new vehicle and only made one payment on it, and now they gotta pay the insurance company extra money that they was already robbing Peter to pay Paul just to get to make the car payment in the first place. Now you got an extra hot skyrocket ass premium, and got nobody to take responsibility for it because they done hit and ran your ass in the middle of the night. You won't nowhere outside. Nobody was outside to see it, and that was a brand new Malibu you just had. So, you know, it could be little situations like that. Like, you know, you got a storm that come through and your house is the only house on the block that floods downstairs. You know, you got water from your front yard, mud and everything from your front yard all the way all up into the hallway from your house or whatever. Or maybe they just finished doing construction in your area and you thinking you're gonna finally be able to get some sleep, and then the next day or that same night, the only night that you was able to get some sleep that whole month, a pipe burst and it so happened to be under your house. So now you really ain't gonna get no sleep. Now you gotta try to find a way to stay while they fixing the pipes under your shit. Then when you come back over there, if it ain't one thing, it's another. Now the floor wasn't even uneven. Now the floor uneven. So now you gotta rearrange your shit because you really ain't got the money to fix the foundation that was now fucked up all behind the pipe bursting, just because you thought you was gonna get some sleep. Don't think too hard that you're gonna get some good sleep, bro. You just need to take these L's. Just know you ain't gonna get no good sleep, bro. Like, if it ain't one thing, it's finna be another. Like, because shit ain't sweet. Shit. Shit is not sweet. You can put a depth to that shit. Don't think you catching grace, catching mercy, nowhere, no way, no how. So I'm letting it be known now. So when shit start happening, make sure you know, oh, this is happening to me. This is karma for what I had participated in against the collective. I thought I was going to come in unscathed, whatever. But yeah, karma's really a bitch. And she really hitting me where it hurts. Like, and this is, you don't know how long it's going to last. It could last for all up to 10 years. It could last all up to 10 months. It really just depends, because not everybody is strong enough to handle trials and tribulations. And while they making fun of you, collective, the shit that you be going through, and, keep it moving, keep it pushing, they couldn't even survive it. So the shit that they about to go through, oh yeah, it's about to eat at them. Subconsciously, mentally, physically, emotionally. Don't let them be having health issues, because it's damn sure gonna get worse. You're gonna fuck around and think you're getting better. You're gonna feel better. I'm hearing somebody gonna go through cancer. Gonna beat cancer. But because you was teaming up with whoever was associated, I don't care if it's 4 people down the line, you thought you was helping your niece, nephew, who had a friend who's dating the friend of your ex, collective. I don't care how many people in between them and you. You just got over cancer, right? And you gave them the money. You pointed them out to the practitioner that helped them. Oh, you thought you was going to go in your kitchen and cook some shit up? Oh, you was gossiping and doing all of this extra stuff against the collective? Say less. Say less. We gonna get you right. So, yeah, you just beat cancer. Good luck. Because now cancer's coming right back, full force. You thought you was in a clear. You done beat it and everything. There was no sign, nowhere, no how of you getting cancer or you ever coming back. Now, the next following day, doctor called you, was like, I don't know what happened. Yeah, you went through chemo. Yeah, we took both breasts. Yeah, there was no scar tissue, no nothing. Now, everything in you swelling up. That cancer that hit every organ in your body. They couldn't keep your organs or sell your organs for nothing if they wanted to. It's so infested with cancer. So, and then when it come down to it, and they be like, well, how did they pass? Ain't nobody gonna want to say nothing. Because some people gonna realize, oh, that's karma for what they did to collective. And other people ain't gonna know what's going on. Because they ain't gonna want you to know. Because motherfuckers still gonna do what they want to do and make it seem like, oh, it's collective fault. And people still gonna join the bandwagon and be like, oh, to avenge mine, when y'all don't know nothing. So yeah, follow the line, follow suit, avenge mine, all right? Go ahead. Because you next, bitch. I don't care how many people is in between collective and this one. Everybody that had a part to play in it is going down, period, point blank. So tread lightly. And again, I say some people will experience this heartache on the physical, and some people will physically fear it in the spiritual. So pick and choose your battles, all right? Now, it could be talking about a mother figure or an aunt figure. Maybe if somebody just called you back to back twice, 3 times, it's confirmation for you. The person that possibly could have called, if it's a mother figure that you don't really bang with, don't really talk to, you peeping and you're seeing that they don't really fuck with you like that or have your best interests at heart, trying to lead you down the wrong path. This is somebody that has something to do with it. This is somebody that's going to experience that karma, whether physical or spiritual. And, they already peep and know a little bit, but like Spirit said, they blind. They blind to the trap that they're in. Not all the way, but the part of them that knows, it's about to go down, they're being drowned out by all the noise. So, hey, it's unfortunate, but if this person really wanted to sit the fuck down and try to save themselves or grant themselves a little grace and mercy before the shit really hit the fan, they will sit down and really do some introspection and say, let me just stop. Let me stop running and face my shit. Because at this point, this is the only way that you're going to really get some brownie points. Because you refuse to even do that. It's just like, say less. At this point, keep going. Because You only about 10 steps away from falling flat on your face, and I want to see how much more you can rack up in these 10 steps. So if you put 100 more pounds on of karma on your shit, go for it. If you make sure that shit by the first step, you done added 10 more years of karma, go for it. I promise you, just go for it. I mean, because at this point, go for it. It's not a threat. It's damn sure a promise. Go for it. But anyways, let's get back to it because I don't want to keep y'all too long. But yeah. So this, where was I at? Yeah, so they got to work together and compromise with each other. They wanted to be so Billy Badass and team up with each other against you, collective, guy or girl, and the person that they're dealing with right now. You know, yeah, but they're having conflicts because these energy attachments that's on them. They want to have a victory so bad, but they can't even feed off of each other, and they're lonely, and they're trying to go out and indulge and have a good time. But Spirit says they put a depth to that, and they're wearing a mask because they don't want nobody to know that they're cursed, and they're feeling the repercussions of being cursed, and the spell work backfiring, and they're trying to remain in privacy, remain, you know, separate from society, you know, close themselves off and be an introvert because they're trying to do some research and see if they can find anybody to collaborate with them. But it is a nightmare because everybody sees that collective is, you know, special. They're great. They're grand. They're a gift to society. And the people that we're talking about collective are not. They're menaces to society. Okay? And they're realizing that people want to see collective get back to their origin. People want to get back to their own origin. You know, the collective is definitely a role model. And people are definitely actively showing active hesitation. Like at first, maybe they was scared to show hesitation because they felt like this person has some money or power or flex or something like that. But they realizing like, you know, money don't solve everything. And the Most High God does, you know, move in ways that not everybody is willing to accept, let alone understand. It's one thing if you don't accept it, but, I mean, understand it, but you gotta accept it because we don't necessarily understand how the air is just air, but I mean, we accepted it. Like, you know, we know a little bit, but we're still a lot to know about, you know, physics and science and everything else. That don't mean that we don't accept it, right? So they trying to find somebody to give them some advice or has knowledge on how they can get back to, you know, a better situation, a better standing right now. They trying to have a comeback. They want to have a gain after this loss. Okay. They're trying to find somebody who can help them make a comeback. Yeah, while they're going through this natural disaster. They want somebody to take a risk on them. Yeah, a practitioner. Yeah. Ooh. Y'all be careful. Y'all be careful. I think they're trying to find somebody to sacrifice. They want to, they trying to they trying to sacrifice somebody. Somebody who's not sick. And they're going to end up getting this person sick if y'all lay down with these people, persons, or thing, or whatever. Yeah, they're trying to sacrifice somebody, find somebody to get energy off of and do some spell work with sex magic. Yeah. Spirit said that's all they can do at this time, for real, is try to do that. But they also trying to stay in the house and stay to themselves. But Spirit says they just refuse to stop. So this is why this is going on. But this is a message for somebody. So if you've made it this far, sorry, it's been a minute on this reading, but I had to get it out. Spirit says collective is having sweet dreams, okay? They want you to have sweet dreams and not worried about anything that's going on behind the scenes because it's all going down with 11/4/11 on the clock. That's 1/14/14. All right. Spirit says everything is really pretty much just right on time. This is that magic that's backfiring that causes them to be stressed, and they know it. They're having a hard time finding somebody to lay down with in their bed with to do sex magic going to help them have a gain through this loss. because they're refusing to stop. Yeah. And they're not, the Most High God is not forgiving them for taking this property. Whoever your family is that gave you this inheritance, this will, this property, whatever, Spirit said they're not forgiven. This ancestor, this family member, this friend, whoever passed and gave you this inheritance and stuff, Spirit said they're not forgiven for taking your property and taking your money and spending it and doing wrong by you. They're not forgiven. So, and Spirit said they definitely don't want to hear that shit. They damn sure don't want to hear that shit. Just like they didn't want to hear that shit, Collective. Your spirit team, your ancestors, they don't want to hear that shit. They really don't. Ain't nothing these people can say or do to change the fact of, because that window of opportunity left up here in the read, like up in the read earlier, like maybe around 20, 30 minutes ago when the reading was at 20, 30 minutes. Right. What? Confirmation. 11:555 on the clock, as I say it now. Like an hour, 15 seconds, or 11 seconds, whatever. What's this? It's flying out. Yeah, because people have the evidence, like, which I did. They have the evidence of how y'all was putting, yeah, your ancestors, your peoples that love you. They made sure that evidence came out against these people, that what they did and how they caused danger, caused for you to be in danger, caused for your spiritual team and peoples to have to watch over you for precaution. Okay, but these people, they're in a commitment with each other and they're being bullied by the community which they came from, and they are in their trap. They can't get out of this trap. There's no way around it, and they're overloaded. Why? Because this is how fate had it. And they were blind to this shit. And now they're thinking back about the memories of when somebody told them that you will be reprimanded if you keep moving forward on this path and you don't succeed. Okay? It was told to them. It was told to them. It was told to them this was what would happen if you wasn't going to do it. It was told to them. Now they're overwhelmed because they didn't want to hear it. They was hearing it when somebody was giving them fair warning to stop. But then when they said, okay, the path you're going on is now locked and loaded. This is what you got to face. Now they're thinking back of when somebody told them that this is what it was going to be. They're thinking back about when they told them that this is going to be. Yep. Spirit says they move strategically with this evidence granted to make sure that these people can never, ever, ever, ever have any type of stability or home anywhere, period. Period. So, I guess they can't own no electricity bill no more. They can't have nothing in their name no more. They can't, yeah, and they don't have any friends to fall back on, so they can't sleep on nobody's couch, can't couch surf. So, Spirit said, I hope you're ready for it. This came out reverse. No friends. You can't couch surf. Spirit said, I hope you're ready. Oh, shucks. Spirit is funny. Yeah, but, you know, if you do too much or if you're a felon or stuff, you know, you can't have a place in your name no more. You can't have a light bill, nothing in your name or whatever. I think it's something like that. You can't do no more. But they making sure that the whole world knows that they're a thief of property. So even if they try to get like a private own, people going to do their research, or it's going to be associated to their name and picture, like, hey, this person did 25 years. Now that they're out, they still can't own no property. They still can't, you know, they can't do nothing to that. So it's going to be hell for the rest of your life, all because you refused to give back what was stolen. It was one thing that you chose not to tell the collective what was going on behind their back. And then it was another thing to join the bandwagon to go against the collective. But then it was a whole nother thing to keep being warned, keep being told to stop, leave collective alone. You already got what you got, so leave collective alone. You already got what you got, so leave collective alone. You couldn't even do that. So how about now, since you refuse to leave collective alone, you refuse to give them back their shit, you refuse to, you know, just do right and do better as a person for your own individual fucking sake. This is what we finna do. This is what we finna do. This is what we finna do. How about nobody has any fucking thing, right? How about we give Collective everything that they were supposed to have, but we're gonna make it 10 times better. Okay, make sure that y'all dumbasses can't touch it. You know, we're gonna make sure. We're gonna make sure. We're gonna make sure, because y'all gonna live and learn about how being blind and dumb just to have a win causes you to lose out on everything. And for it to now be fated that Collective is still going to get everything that y'all actively took for them for this game, y'all going to have to live and learn that lesson and understand that while you thought you was gaining so bad, you was really blind to what fate that was working in the background. You was blind to it. Because y'all just assumed that y'all was just going to do Billy Badass and do all the fuck that you wanted to do. Well, now your fate has been locked and loaded. And what does fate now say? Since y'all wanted to steal, kill, destroy, fate is going to have it so that Collective still gets what the fuck they was supposed to get. Origin. Fuck a game. That's what y'all got. Y'all going to live and learn that y'all was blind to the bullshit all behind something that y'all wanted to have. But we're going to get back to the nitty gritty. Because Collective going to have everything brand new. You see how y'all gained something that somebody else worked for hard? Spirit said they're going to take that. Yeah, we worked hard for that. We worked hard for that. So since you want to take it, I'm going to make sure that they get everything brand new. And everything that was, you ain't got to worry about it no more. Because it's going to be brand new. Something that y'all can't even touch. And it's going to grow bigger and better and brighter than what I was able to grow. Because I gave that to them, not y'all. And that's exactly why I didn't give it to y'all. Because y'all all about me, my, gang. Yeah, it's all good when you don't do the work. But I gave that to them to give them a head start. You know, they was going to bring y'all in to help y'all to live and be better. But since y'all want to take everything, say less. We're going to take everything. Make sure you don't have shit. Since you didn't want to give it back, you ain't got to worry about it because you won't never have it. They won't have it either. They're going to have something brand new, something better. Because when he taketh away, he give it to you tenfold better. Okay, 1:22 on the clock. Period. Spirit said, don't worry about it. Spirit said, y'all is in the trap. 10:22 could be significant. Spirit said, with this fate card, it's a wrap. Y'all ain't got to worry about nothing. Y'all ain't got to worry about nothing. And this lifetime or the next, y'all done damn sure curse yourselves a bloodline. So y'all probably, I don't even know. I ain't even gonna speak on that because I can't even speak on that right now. But it's given that. I'm gonna just let y'all figure that out. Yeah, Spirit says now y'all gonna have to be called to give yourself some self-love and self-healing. Because this marriage is null and void. If they got married in your name, this is a fake marriage and this was their goal. And what helped them to get whatever your property was or whatever. And now that it's exposed and it's out in the open, they're having nightmares because this information is going to come to you, Collective. And you're going to know everybody that's involved. And you're going to know how it went down and what they were doing. And they know that people are actively bullying them. Okay? Especially these people that they felt like could help them. And they feel like these people that could help them are, gave them, bullshit options or played them and, was planning against them, trying to make it seem like they was giving them aid, but now they feel like these same practitioners that they went through, you know, did something towards them, because they know that these practitioners are sleeping good at night. Maybe these entities are letting them know, look, you know, y'all the only ones fucked up in the game, period. And y'all are being bullied by these practitioners in the spiritual realm because they have evidence that y'all are trapped in y'all bullshit. Okay? And they were doing spell work to go against whatever kitchen witch spell work y'all was doing in y'all closet while y'all was on the move trying to do a sex message with each other, but y'all can't even feed off of each other. Like, it's not working. But yeah, so yeah, they had evidence that, or these people, collective, your exes and whoever they dealing with, have evidence that these practitioners turned on them and played them to make it seem like they was doing spell work for them against you, collective, but they learned their lesson. So they ended up returning that spell work on these people that came in to have purchased it for them while they was on this run. Okay. And now they're able to sleep good at night. Okay. But yeah, because they put a control, they righted the trajectory of the spell work, and it worked extraordinarily good because these people were on the right frequency. Like, they did, you know, deserve karma. They did deserve punishment. So that's why the spell work, you know, kind of gave the practitioners grace, because it's like, all right, you doing it on the behalf of the collective. So I'm gonna give you a little mercy. I'm gonna give you a little mercy, but let me see what you gonna do, because if I don't like what the fuck you got going on, you still gonna get ate up, because you slapping them on the wrist after you done sent death magic and all this heavy root work to collective. You think I'm gonna just let you skate on by doing a little pissy ass spell work on them? No, you better come with the same gusto you was coming at the collective with. Because if you ain't on that type of time, you still going down. So, I mean, I'm gonna sit here and see what you up to. I'm gonna see what you hitting on in the name of collective. But if I don't like the results, your ass still going down. So keep that same energy you had towards collective. So that's what the practitioners are doing. Okay. So yeah, they yeah, because they don't want to hear about how these people had lied to them no more, right? And they're in the spirit realm because they're cursed. They don't want to hear about it no more. Yeah, these practitioners, they went through the ringer. They've been reprimanded. Okay. And they're not dealing with that shit no more. They don't want to hear it no more. They're trying to persevere because they lived and learned, and they swallow their pride and ego about doing research about who they choose to collaborate with when it comes to doing spell work, because they see that they were blind and just wanted to have a game and to do whatever, but they found out that they had a game against the wrong person, against somebody who is, you know, connected with source, okay, who has divine authority. Okay, so they see that, yeah, I fucked up big time, and I heard that so and so lost their gifts. I heard that practitioner passed on. I heard that. It's being known in the spiritual realm. So when these people do come across people that act and pretend like they're willing and waiting, it's really because they know that, all right, if you're going to do any spell work, you better be doing it towards the people that's coming in to pay you their last dime to do this fucking spell work. Because if you think you're going to do it towards collective again, go ahead. Because I'm about ready to take your ass to the underworld anyways. Go for it. So they said they don't want to go to the underworld. So they said that the people on their shoulders not appreciating the spell work they're doing, they still going to get the fuck done in. So, yeah. They know that it's a trap. Yeah, and these people are wearing a mask. They know that they're in a trap, and they're wearing a mask, trying to hide this demonic energy that's stuck on them and stuck on you, collective. They're stuck in confinement. They're trapped. They're in captivity, or they possibly could have gotten arrested outside of a home that was the goal of, yeah, they possibly could have gotten arrested, or they're stuck in their mind in confinement. But they could have gotten arrested out of this home or near this home, or they could have got arrested for the home that they stole from you, which was their goal, to get them started off on a brand new chapter in life, a brand new adventure and stuff. And excuse me. And they're embarrassed because they know people are gossiping about them. And they're really trying to have a great idea on who they can reach out to help them get out of the situation. But again, confirmation. But again, on the bottom of the deck, fate will have it that they remembering back when they told them, if you fail, you're going to be stressed out because justice is coming regardless. So either you get it together and you stop, or you keep going and you fail, because the weapon's going to forge, but it's not going to prosper. So if you want to keep forging a weapon, I'm going to let you know now, it's going to be a lot worse than you think it is by the time it all comes down. So to each his own, enter at your own risk. But everybody talking about the shit now, they already know. They're no longer desired and seen as like worth anything or extravagant no more. And people are having conflict about them towards what they did to you, Collective. And people are thinking back about the times when they should have protected you or stood up for you. If they would have known that you was actually the one that was really, in the right this whole time. They're thinking back about what it would have been like if they would have still kept in communication with you, And quite frankly, they're not ready to try to reach out to you or anything like that because they feel like they're cursed. And, they really want to compromise with you, but they feel like you don't fuck with them. Like, if you did see them as family or friends at one point, you don't no more. And there's no coming back from that. They see you relaxing. These old faking friends, family that was grouped up and chilling and helping these people, whether they knew or didn't know. Yeah, it's given that they chose to stop when Spirit kept telling them to stop. They chose to stop. But they know that you still not fucking with them. Like, they did too much. And they know that they're not going to have no win. Possibly because you may have scrolled back or played this video from the beginning, but I'm getting that you know that you're one of the ones that's going to go through it spiritually. Yeah. You might have just tuned in, or I'm just picking up on your energy, but you already knew. And you stopped because you stopped when you was told to, because you found out that you wasn't going to win. And it may have made you mad in a moment, but now you're looking back on it grateful because, yeah, look at what came to the light. 1:33:10 on the clock. Yeah, and these people that you work with or whatever, they're mad. They're mad. They're very much mad. They're the ones that's in fury because they can't no longer do the spell work. They can't manipulate the elements or the universe to control you in no way, no shape, no form, no way, no how, no way, no more. 1:33:33 on the clock as I say that. So take it as it resonates, y'all. Yep, and they're okay with that. They said, I'm going to take my karma. I'm going to take my L, because it's quite frankly better than what I was facing and what I know I possibly could be facing, knowing that the people that I was dealing with were such manipulators. Like, and I'm not about to let them manipulate the situation even more in their favor, and then for them to make it seem like it was me, I. So this person is strategizing and working with the higher forces, and it has these people very much upset. They're ready to bring a resolution to this problem because it's giving them fright, and they just really want to be better and do better, and that's a blessing. Yeah, because they're wrecking their brain thinking about all the foul shit that they did to y'all, Collective. It wasn't called for. now that they know everything or finding out some shit it wasn't a call for. Because there was no true victory in having you blocked. Not at all. But Spirit's saying, damn. Hold on. Clarify this real quick. Because I'm trying to figure that out. Hold on. Oh, okay. So maybe somebody that this person maybe promised to be their bottom bitch or they down A1 or whatever. Whoever these people, Collective, your ex was recruiting females or guys that didn't know about the other groupies in the group that they was messing with, the love triangles and stuff that I was telling y'all about earlier. Whoever they promised to marry, so they had one of these people that they was messing with, they possibly could have married or promised them that they would marry them, is receiving some type of enlightenment about the danger and like the caution, like the danger that this person put them in, promising them this, that, and the third. So like, damn. So somebody got sick. Somebody gave somebody a sexual transmitted disease, promised them that they was going to get married to them or do right by them. This person is the one that receiving enlightenment or the truth about what was going on behind the scenes, about how this person was using them to do this, that, and the third or whatever. They was using them as a beard, just using them, period, and promising them things that they know damn well that they wasn't going to be able to deliver on. All behind the simple fact of they was using this person to do sex magic with, and they was indulging with this person and hiding out and just shacking up in their house and home with this person, like to hide out from these other females that they were messing with. You know, you got this one on Monday, this one on Tuesday, this one on Thursday. This one work at this place, this one work at that place, this one work at that place. The one on the weekend has her own crib, has a manor, and he sit over there all weekend, and then he divvy his time with the people on a weekday to get them to use their job to fuck with you, Collective, is what it's given. So follow me as it resonates. But they thinking back about the memories on how this person presented themselves to be so triumphant, but at the same time always needed their help to make some shit shake. And they thinking back about how the times where the shit was not making sense. Like, how you gonna want me to do this and the third for what's going on? Like, it's finally clicking. Like, damn, where was my self-esteem at? Like, damn, what's going on? What's going on? Like, when I tell you your spirit realm is making sure that when I say fate, oh, it's going down. And it's going down exactly how we told y'all big head asses it was gonna go when y'all first went to the fucking practitioner. We told y'all how it was going to go. Y'all didn't want to believe the shit. So now everything coming back full circle. And it's hitting a little harder than what you thought. Because the practitioner was telling y'all something. But y'all ain't want to listen. So, oh well. Okay. This is what it's giving. Because this could be one of the females that was trying to hold on to this masculine, or one of these guys that was trying to hold on to this feminine and call themselves doing spell work or whatever on you, Collective, because they know that you was associated with this person at one point and this person was obsessed with you. Okay? And they now finding out like, damn, the practitioner did tell me something like this was going to happen and I didn't want to believe it. Now they having nightmares because they've been brought into a situation that they don't even know how they're going to persevere further for, that they know they have to persevere through. They having nightmares because they don't even know how they're going to get out of the situation. All because they wanted to have a game. Yep, a gain in finances, fortune, luck, whatever have you. They wanted to have a gain. They did sex magic with this person. He got them sick, told them they was going to get married and some more shit. Now she's stuck. Stuck like all the rest of the groupies, all the other little love triangle members. everybody else involved that had a part to play in it, they used their job and their credentials to do this and the third, all behind the same motherfucker that was not only promising you all this and the third, he married somebody else, promised you was gonna marry you. Y'all probably got kids or don't got kids, got you sick, got you all caught up in the mix, confinement with them, with the spirit realm, because they said it was fated. Like, we told y'all what it was and what it ain't, and y'all didn't want to believe it. Y'all didn't feel like y'all was understanding. What I got this? What I say? What did I say? These two came out together. I'm about to drop the mic on this because this is crazy work. Like, because we told y'all, and it wasn't even gonna be this bad, but because y'all want to keep going, justice is finna be served, bruh. Justice is finna be served, bruh. That says disturbance. What's the number on it? 57. It says 57. This says what? 11. 1157 may be significant. Okay. What else, Spirit? Spirit said these people is trying to show face. Don't want to show off their energy attachments. But they're not ready. And their family sees, or people around them sees that, you know, they're struggling moving forward. They're not ready for what they're going to have to face coming up in this future. Whoever this, if it ain't justice, is this, keep rotating to the bottom of the deck. So, hey, Spirit said, let it be known, like, yeah, you want to be a groupie, side action. This could be somebody, because with this family card, it's giving me somebody that your ex-person called family, but wasn't really blood related. So say if they had like somebody like a female or like a sister, like a female friend, and they be like, oh, that's just my sister. But lo and behold, come to find out, they not even related. They wasn't even born in the same side of the United States. You know, this one could be from the East Coast, this one from the West Coast. But in every fucking relationship, this person followed this person around. Why? Because lo and behold, they always wanted to be with this person. And either one way or another, whether it was your ex-person or they so-called sis or brother that it really wasn't fucking with them until you came in the picture. Now, all of a sudden, it's, oh, yeah, I want to fuck with them. But it's like, bitch, you was introduced to me as family, so what the fuck is going on? You know, like, that's your sister, but now you fucking your sister. Like, that's not really his sister. He just say that, oh, so that's just like saying that's my cousin, and that's not even your cousin. Got it. Say, so this could be that person that he had got sick or possibly got him sick. Take it out of resonates, because I just said him and her. So take it out of resonates. But yeah, now this person is looking for aid because they don't even feel, you know, worthy or desired no more from this person. But they trying to find out how they can deliver aid to them. But it's given that they're going down memory lane, figuring out, like, damn, like, this person really played me. Like, we were supposed to just keep our shit on the low. Like, I've been a sister for a minute. I ain't never been introduced as a girlfriend or a wifey, and I ain't never gonna be introduced as such. Like, it's like a whole rabbit hole. Like, I could really just speak on a lot of shit that this person is saying, feeling, because I'm feeling the energy. But at the end of the day, they're just really, really furious because everybody's realizing they've been being played. 1:43:43 on the clock. And at the end of the day, a lot of people don't want to hear it. They just don't want to believe that they've been played. Mad as a bitch that they've been played. Like, period. They don't want to hear that shit. And it's evident. So everybody now feeling lonely. Especially these people that's on the run that can't travel no more for stealing from you. And they're hiding. So whoever this fake ass sister or brother is, fake ass cousin, oh, that's my cousin, but they not really blood related at all, no way, shape, or form. They just went to school together, grade school together, and grew up close. You know, lived their life, went on about their day, and then later on in life, they reconnected. You know, oh, hey, that was my friend back in years. We lost contact, but now we back in contact type shit. Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. That's my sister. That's my bro. Yeah, they feeling some type of way. They also feeling like they want to be, in seclusion, and, they probably doing some web searching, online searching and stuff in the dark, lonely, because they don't want to hear about this shit. And they possibly could be trying to find somebody to bribe and help this person, because they really do still love this person, even though they put them through the ringer and they're figuring out, damn, that they really use me, but I'm gonna go ahead and just still help them out as best I can. But they're not finding anybody to persuade or bribe, and they're not fighting to bend anybody's arm to do so either, because they deep down inside they know that they really not ready for what they about to come across either, what they about to come in contact with spiritually or physically either, because they know actively they're in danger. Like, they should practice caution, because if this person is fucked up to this degree and you're now trying to butt in still to help this person out, gain some good news, then you're just as liable, guilty by association, as they are. So Spirit is saying that this person needs to show themselves some self-love and self-care, and understand that this enlightenment phase was for them to walk away, because you already got sexually transmitted demons, if not real infections. Okay, Spirit says you need to internally love yourself, and you will find your soulmate. You need to get back to the Most High God. You need to pray. Okay, because you've been used and by this person, and you're still putting your left on the line for this person. Spirit says you're not really stressed about it, because deep down inside you feel some type of way about being used and stuff like that and everything else, and you do have something going on for you in the background that could come up for you in the future, but you're actively forfeiting it right now with you trying to protect this person. So whatever good things you might have had forming in the background is you're actively forfeiting it trying to help this person, because Spirit is trying to give you this enlightenment, and you feel torn because you want to help them, you love them, that's your brother, but y'all was fucking around while he was in relationships, while he was dealing with folks and stuff, and you just really want to be able to give him some good news and stuff like that, because you feel like because he spent money on you, he took you on trips, he did that third, he fooled around with you, and you just thinking about all the times y'all had fun and y'all did spell work together on his girlfriends that he was with on Collective, because you didn't give a fuck about the other little groupies and bird brain triangle love triangles he had going on with these other females. You didn't care if they knew that you wasn't his sister for real and that y'all were fucking behind the scene, but you really wasn't checking for this nigga either until you knew that your brother was going with Collective, or your sister was going with Collective for a guy or girl. Then that's when you want to hit them with the, I'm just a sister, I'm just a brother. Now you just a sister, you just a brother, but you on that man like you ain't his sister and his brother. Why? Because truthfully, you're not really his sister or his brother. And you play that role because now you see he worth, or with somebody who's can elevate him, worth somebody who can do right by her. Now you want to come in and be like, oh, can't nobody do it better than me. If you don't sit your goofy ass down, because bro, sis, you did not want them. That's why you was calling them bro, sis. Now you see somebody coming in their life that can help them elevate, and you see the potential, and now you want bro and sis to be on your ass like y'all a couple. Y'all not a couple. That's the point of you friend zoning them with the bro and the sis, because you never seen them like that way. But then when you feel like you was going to get on your good side, sis or bro, when this person in Collective broke up or wasn't fucking with each other no more, you thought you was going to get on this person's good side by coming in and indulging with them and making memories with doing spell work and this and the third and all this other shit. Yeah, it's not going. Period. What else we got, Spirit? It's going on 2 hours. I'm sorry, y'all. Spirit, I don't know if y'all seen it jump out, but Spirit says you're gonna live and learn from this collaboration. You're gonna live and learn from it. Okay. What's this? Real estate. Spirit said you need to focus on your own home, your own stability, because you're not really overwhelmed at this point. But that's because nobody's telling you nothing. So Spirit says before you be blindsided, you need to just ask for forgiveness before the shit really start hitting the fan. Because ain't nobody telling you nothing, and you call yourself trying to come in there for back for somebody else, you gonna fuck yourself up. So guilty by association. But Spirit said you just need to just Spirit said if you're gonna do anything, you need to do the right thing and speak about how y'all was spending this money, y'all was getting this money, and how he told you to do this and the third, or he wanted you to do this and the third. And you know, Spirit said if you gonna be coming in there and call yourself trying to defend somebody or put up some money for somebody's bond or whatever else, you need to come in there going and tell the truth. That's the only thing you need to do. Because Spirit is saying, you know, you're not going through it right now because you think everything is cool, calm, and collective, but the actions you're taking right now, you sit here trying to go to bat for somebody who, you know, you pretty much, you know, putting yourself in the mix for no fucking reason. Yeah, you was in the mix, but you was on the side of, you were more so on the better side of things. You were more tricked, more so into, you know, everything else. Because everybody else was just active participants to a whatever degree, but you was just tricked, I guess. This is going into somebody else's energy, because whoever sis or bro was, they definitely was with the shits. But this is another energy that's going through a similar type of thing. For you that was tricked into it, it was like, if you gonna call yourself trying to go to bat for somebody, you need to go in there and speak about how this person, you know, you helped them spend the money, you was doing this, y'all was going out having fun, y'all was doing whatever spell work and stuff, or he was doing whatever sex magic manipulation to control you. And now that you have enlightenment about the promises that he made you, that that everything he was you know, telling you about, he was playing responsible about, that he was you know, giving you confirmation about, was a lie. You know, you need to go ahead and give people assurance and let them know like where you really stand in the matter. Because if you let them assume, they're gonna make an ass out of you, because they already making an example out of him. So yeah, Spirit is telling you, you need to leave a sweetheart alone. You need to, whatever you call yourself doing, I think we back to this active participant, because that little tidbit was for the person that was in the same predicament, just different circumstance. Like, you're in the same predicament that I'm talking about now, but you actually was tricked and you call yourself trying to help somebody. So don't do that. But whoever this sister, fake sister bro is, they letting it be known, like, y'all need to stop and leave this leave Collective alone. I know you out here trying to feel like you trying to find somebody who can help these people, this couple or whatever, your sister and his brother and his girlfriend, or your sis, your bro, which is Collective's ex-person or whatever, your sis, your bro, and their girlfriend, which is the new little whatever the fuck that they chose after they left or stopped dealing with Collective. You know, you trying to find somebody to help them out, but Spirit says you need to get back to the basics, because you need to be repentant, because there's calm before the storm. Yikes. Spirit said you need to be repentant, because there's calm before the storm, and you feel like you good to go. But like I've been saying, look, guilty by association. We ain't missing nobody. Because right now, you're not apologetic, but you're actively building evidence against yourself that you don't realize you're doing. That's why I said, Spirit said, you do have something good news that was, that you were manifesting at one point, but you're actively forfeiting it in the ethers, like you're changing the tides of the energy so that it won't come into you anymore because you sit here doing this nut shit. But Spirit said you need to, you just need to reconsider withdrawing. You need to reconsider withdrawing. You need to compromise with this awakening and allow yourself to just reject this whole situation, is what I'm getting. Reject the idea of marriage because he's not gonna propose to you, and understand that this was a trap on the bottom of the deck. Like, this, you just need to let it go. Spirit said, let it go. Understand it is a loss. Fake sis, fake bro. Okay. Spirit said you need to deal with this illness or this infection that you got going on, this disease, this weakness. Ooh. Damn, she mad about that. You got the whole rest of the cards falling all out the place. Because she mad because she wants to remain desirable by whoever this person is. Collective, your ex-person, ex-family, ex-friend. Whoever came to mind that you know we were thinking about. Yeah, and they going through hesitation right now. And all right, anything else? Anything else, Spirit? Spirit said that's the goal right there, though. Everything's right on time, right on schedule with justice. Spirit says she's trying to, again, okay, so she might be mad that I said that. Whatever, if you just joined in, oh well. You're mad. You're mad because everything you've been coming up with is just, it seems like a fantasy. Like, you just in La La Land. Like, oh, I wonder if this will work. Like, oh, like, you're really searching your mind for options. And you're trying to keep this mask on, but you really upset and frustrated deep down because you don't know how you're going to call yourself trying to get him out of the situation. And you want good news so bad. You want it so bad. Like, that flew out of the deck. Like, you want it so bad. But it's not coming because you don't care about yourself. You don't care about Collective. You damn sure really don't care about Collective's ex, whoever this fake bro, fake sis is that you claim. Yeah, you really don't care about them. You was only fucking with them for what you seen that they was trying to, or what Collective was getting them to get them. Because this person was supposed to be moving and growing and elevating. And you seen the potential that you never not once seen in him when he was playing sis and put him in a friend zone for all them years when y'all was in grade school. So now as you see him come across somebody who is making him transform for the better, you see he's willing to give this person to stand a third. Now you feel like you want a piece of that. Now you introduce yourself as sis, bro. And now you want to bring yourself out of the friend zone that you put you and Collective X's in. So now you got the disease, you call yourself trying to, team up with your fake bro, fake sis, and all of that. You wanted to make them happy and make them see you in a different light. But Spirit said you need to let this shit go. You need to leave Collective alone because you don't care about yourself. You damn sure don't care about this person that you claim you're doing this for. And you need to practice self-love. Leave Collective alone, period. Like, because you don't give a fuck for real. And you only doing it for self-centered as reasons that you not even going to get. Spirit says the Collective is at peace, remain at peace, and that this person actually needs to practice some tranquility. Because what I say keeps coming up on the deck. If it's not this one, is the other. Because it's justice. Everything that's happening is justice. But with that being said, I'm going to leave it right there, y'all. Love y'all. I'll be back as soon as I can. Until next time. All right. Again, it's your girl, Lovely's Beautiful Bliss Tarot. And I'll see y'all later. I was going to say lovely me because I am lovely me. But I am beautiful bliss to her. So sorry, y'all. But all right, I'm out. See y'all. Love y'all. Till next time. Bye.